No. Let's put that back. Right there. There we go. My heart. A little gesture you probably never ever thought you would see coming from the likes of me. But there you have it. Welcome back to the Jackverse, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, my name is Jack Wallen, that is, and I have something very special to share with you today. Of course, I always have something very special to share with you, but this time it's really special. That special is in the form of Kindle Scout. If you're not aware of what Kindle Scout is, let me enlighten you. Kindle Scout is a program started last year by Amazon in which authors like myself can submit unpublished works to be considered for publication through Amazon. Now, this isn't like the normal publication most of us indie authors do, where we create a book, we submit it through the Kindle publishing platform, and they distribute it to those that want to purchase it. This is actually more like the standard publication. Amazon takes a look at all of these books that have been submitted to Kindle Scout, and they decide which ones are worthy. If they deem one worthy, then they allow the author to launch a campaign, and that campaign takes 30 days. Now, during that campaign, readers like yourself can go to the page of that campaign and take a look at what the book's about, see the cover, read the description, and then read a 5,000-word excerpt from the book. Sounds pretty good so far. And if you decide that that book is worth publishing, then you click the little Nominate Me button. See where this is going? You see? Right? It's kind of like a reality TV meets publication, where you have a voice, and you get to decide what Amazon publishes. Yeah, sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Well, I have submitted my first book to Kindle Scout. I'm not talking about my first book that I published a long time ago. I'm talking about my first book to be submitted to Kindle Scout. And now, I'm going to tell you about that book. And that book is the reason why I had my little heart up here. Because I have written my first romance. Now, before you turn away, before you regurgitate your lunch or your dinner, let me explain, please. As you might expect, this is a romance through the twisted mind of me. So it's not exactly what you might expect. I'm trying to say to the masses that I am bringing cool to romance. That's right. The book is called Suicide Station. Now, the book came from me out of a nightmare. Quite some time ago, about a year ago, I believe. I had a nightmare that I died. And it dawned on me that in the dying, that I would never get to spend any more time with my lovely wife ever again. And when I woke up, it made me wonder, made me think. It made me want to answer some questions. What happens when we die? Of course, there's no way to truly answer that question unless you're an author. You can write a little fictitious world. And you can say, maybe this is it. And so I decided that I was going to answer that question in my own special way. And that's how Suicide Station was born. Now, the tagline of Suicide Station is, "Death is not the end of love." That's right. And the protagonist of this book takes his own life. And he discovers that by taking his own life, that he has to go through a thing called Suicide Station. And at this place, he has to go through counseling, where he can be counseled for his grief and the grief that he left behind, those that he loved, right? And once he gets through Suicide Station, he is then placed in his Forever Station. And the Forever Stations are based on how you lived your life. Now, our protagonist is a stand-up comedian, a professional comedian, of course. So he probably assumes that his Forever Station would be an audience full of loving fans, right? Well, in the process of going through Suicide Station, our protagonist, Foster Donovan, gets bitten by the love bug. Yes, he falls in love with his counselor, Candy. Could you think of a more apropos name? Anyway, I am really excited about this book, and I plan on making this a series, because in the middle of writing this book, I realized there was so much of this world to explore. So you can expect a number of books to be based on this. But what can you do right now? You can go to kindlescout.amazon.com, find Suicide Station, read the sample. Please do read the sample. And if you decide that that sample is worthy of publication through Amazon, click the Nominate Me button. And if you do click the Nominate Me button, spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone out there that you know that might be interested in such a book. A romance book, a paranormal romance book, a romance thriller. You know me. Genre is kind of a fluid thing, and I like to play with it. I'm really, really excited about Suicide Station. I fell in love while I was writing this book. And I hope that you will fall in love with this book as well. So please, if you think the book is worthy, nominate it for Kindle Scout. And guess what? If it wins and you've nominated it, you, my lovely people, get a free ebook copy of the book. Win-win all around, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for nominating my book. And come back to the Jackverse for more updates on this 30-day campaign for Suicide Station. 30 days. That is a long time. Be prepared for the onslaught, my lovelies. Thank you, and goodbye.